Hi friend, good morning. It is Leigh Keckner on day 3 of Simply Manifesting 33 Days to Getting Your Heart's Desire. I'm so happy that you are here. And before we begin, if you would join me in 3 breaths so that we can decompress, we can let go of all of the things that are happening in our life, and we can get present together in this moment. Now, there's nothing more powerful than when we are present in the present moment, when we are mindful, when we are all in to what we are doing. So if you would uncross your legs and put your feet on the ground, you can put your palms facing down to be grounded or up to receive. We'll close our eyes and we'll do a breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. So if you would join me, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Thank you. That feels so good. Okay, you guys, the topic is partner with power. And you know, I said that at the beginning we're going to be doing foundational work, because until we get this good here, we can't get that good out there, right? So if we want abundance and joy, we need to bring our energy level, our body, how we feel about ourselves, how we're treating ourselves, up to the energy level of abundance. So today we're talking about partner with power. And I want to just share quickly that I grew up with the story that I was alone. So I had my parents, my mother was in bed, my dad was working all the time. I had 5 brothers and sisters, but everyone was fending for themselves because no one was really in the home kind of taking care of us or paying attention. So I created this story that I was alone. And I held that story through my adult life, which meant I had tons of acquaintances, but not a lot of really close people that were close to me, because that would destroy my story of being alone, right? If people were close to me. So I was making out and running fast and hard, and I had a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of really close sister friends and that kind of stuff. And then as I started to get healthy, and as I started realizing that that was something that I had to create to get through my childhood, and as I started healing and accepting myself and loving myself and melting all of this garbage, or all of these, not garbage actually, it's only garbage now because I no longer need it, but back then it was a defense mechanism to be happy. So as I started melting all of these stories, and one of them was that I was alone, I realized that I had this power inside of me that was directly connected to God. And that although I had thought I was alone, I was never alone. I was always connected to God. I was just unable to see it because my story was blocking me. Yesterday we talked about that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, or as I like to call it, we are souls temporarily housed in these earth suits to learn about being human and to let our soul have a new experience. And that being said, I think we're also a chip off the old God block. Like, you chip off your old, your parents' block, but no, we're actually chip off the old God block. We're made in the likeness of God. The kingdom of God is inside of us. We have access to that at any time that we want. So today I want to talk about accessing that, because when you move partnered with power, when you move connected to the greatest energy source there is on the planet, you are unstoppable and you are your greatest self. So today I want to get us in the mindset of partnering with power. You can even think of it about it. I got some great guns. You can't really see them under this sweatshirt, but no, they're actually not that great. But anyway, you can think of God, and this isn't really okay, whatever. This analogy is what I want to use today. You can think about God as a muscle. So God is this muscle in your body. If you don't use it, that muscle is still there. It's still walking with you. It's still supporting you. It's still helping you pick things up. But when you connect to it, when you have an intention of growing it, when you work it out, when you use it in a powerful way, it grows and becomes a stronger part of your body, and you can feel it and you can move more powerfully. It's kind of the same thing. We have this muscle, or the soul, or this direct connection to God inside of our kind of chest area, is where I imagine it. That it's there, and it's always there, and it's walking with us, and it loves us, and it's holding us. But when we tap into it with intention, and when we co-create, or we connect with it, or we walk arm in arm with that, that is when we are our greatest selves. So invite God to walk arm in arm with you. And when I say God, you can put in whatever term you use for a higher power, whatever you connect to. If you want to say the universe, what in any language, however you were raised to know that there was a higher power, connect to that. I wrote, ask everything of the divine, what to order, what to buy, how to handle a specific situation, who to date. It's like literally having, people have identical twins and they can think alike and support each other and they're stronger when they're together. It's like you have this partner that's available to you. That isn't someone you have to go to just when you're hurting or stressed out. You can actually go constantly and be constantly empowered by being connected with power. The Bible has a verse that says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. And what I think about that, that's John 15:5. And what I think about that is not that we can do nothing. We can still go do stuff. We can go to the grocery store, we can do, but we're doing it as half of who we can truly be. We're doing it disconnected. It's like a lamp. You plug a lamp in and it gets the energy source and then it can light up and do its job. It's the same. We have that battery inside of us that we can tap into by quieting our mind, connecting to our real power to light us up. So you can go to church, you can go to fellowship groups, you can go to temple, you can do all of these things that you hear the word that fills you up. And you can also close your eyes and connect to it directly because it resides inside of you. It's pretty freaking amazing what we have at our fingertips that we can touch. One more analogy that I like to use is a football team. So they say, Lee, we're going to take you out with the Raiders are going to come against you and we're going to give you the football and you're just going to start running. And then you can either try your best by yourself to get through all the people who professionally will tackle you, or we can give you one of the greatest blockers that ever existed to run in front of you, who will clear the path with you, who will pick you up and cross the finish line with you, right? So there's this kind of thing that we can partner with this great power, or you can keep doing it alone, right? So I can guarantee you, if life is hard, if you are stressed out, if nothing is going as you planned, you're not partnering with power. So just think about that. I just want you to have this simple tool, PP, partner with power. When you do, your life changes. You can't be partnered with power and be a victim. You can't be partnered with power and not be in gratitude. It like elevates you to this and you are your strongest self. Let's see what else I wrote here. Feeling blocked about your greatness? Go to God and ask for that to be removed. Not sure what you want to manifest? Go to God for clarity. Oh, and I also wrote down, you know how often now we're going to Surrey. Surrey, what's the weather going to be like? Surrey, how do you cook this? Surrey, can you give me directions? It's like that same thing. God, can you partner with me? God, can you help me navigate this? God, can you give me a clear sign? God, will you be with me? And the other thing that I do too that I like is I picture in my brain, there's a long white bench, just like a bench, and it's cluttered with tons of crap on it. Like a bench might be at the end of your bed, but it's in my brain and it's got so many things spinning on it. And I say before I go into, for sure, something really important, and I try to do it as often as I can remember, I clear a space for God. So I take in my mind, I take a space and I shove the stuff off and I say, God, will you sit here in the corner of my brain and be a part of this meeting with me? Can I connect to you and guide me in this meeting and help me keep my mouth shut so I can hear, and help me say words when they're meant to be spoken? Like that, right? It's pretty freaking amazing. When I do it, how cool I am in a meeting. When I don't, how pathetic I am in a meeting. Okay, I'm going to go here to my quote. When I partner with power, I am my strongest self. God, let us remove the blocks that keep us from feeling you in our own bodies. Let us set the intention to tap into you, to hold you in the palm of our hand when we walk into any room, to let ourselves picture you on our shoulder, or clearing off the bench in our brain that you're sitting with us, that we are never alone, even when we try to tell ourselves that we are. We cannot separate from you. That is how linked we are to you and to each other. Let us remember this. Let us partner with you so we can be our greatest selves. Amen. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to partner with power today when I go to a party of about 30 people running around a gymnasium for Eve's 7th birthday, and I'm 51 years old, almost 52. Could be a grandma, but I have a 7-year-old. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow on day 4 as we continue to build the strong foundation that we're going to spring into manifesting what we want.